So you're considering buying an electric car, or maybe you have one already, and now you want to get the best electric cars on the planet. So you're considering either a Tesla Model 3 or a Tesla Model S. Well, in this video, we're going to help you figure that out. We will cover the pros of a new Model 3 versus a Model S, and the pros of a new Model 3 versus a used Model S, and then finally we'll cover the cons of each. I'm Hamid.
Hi, I'm Wadud. Well, the first thing is, are you someone whose lifestyle even works with Model 3? If you have kids, car seats, you need a lot of cargo space, maybe a need to tow something, then Model 3 may not be the best car for you. On the other hand, if you have a smaller family, you don't need as much cargo space and other perks that Model S comes with, then Model 3 may be a viable option for you.
2 weeks ago when we launched this channel, we mentioned that we're going to give away 2 Amazon gift cards worth $50 each Canadian. So make sure you watch the whole video to find out how to enter the raffle. So now we're going to start off by talking about the pros of a new Model 3 versus a new Model S. The biggest pro is the cost. A Model S is almost twice the cost of a Model 3. So a Model 3 in Canada, the standard range model, costs $53,000 Canadian, and it has 423 kilometers of range. The long range Model 3 has 568 kilometers of range, and it costs $65,000 Canadian. Whereas the Model S costs $102,000 Canadian, and it has 647 kilometers of range. So this pro is really the biggest pro here. It's more modern, futuristic, and even more minimalistic than a Model S. It has better visibility overall when there is no instrument cluster in front of the driver, and the rear window is bigger. It handles better as it is lighter. Think BMW 3 Series. It's light, nimble, and sporty. It feels faster because it has less insulation, so you hear more road noise and wind noise.
That's a good one. It charges slightly faster than Model S when using V3 superchargers. The difference is 250 kilowatt versus 225 kilowatt, which is not a huge difference, but it might save you a couple of minutes.
Yeah, in reality, you're right, it won't save you a lot of time. And then keep in mind that the V3 superchargers are not very many anyway, because Tesla just started building them.
Right. It's more efficient than Model S because it's lighter and has newer design motor.
Now let's talk about the pros of a new Model 3 versus a used Model S. Cost is a factor again. A used Model S 2016 as an example, because that still has a manufacturer's warranty, is just slightly more than a Model 3. So that is actually a very good option. You get your choice of interior colors as well as exterior. It is brand new, so theoretically you shouldn't have any dings, scratches, and marks on it or imperfections in the alignment of the body panels. I have read a lot on the internet about people having a lot of these defects coming straight from the factory, so it's not perfect, but you'll have a better chance with it. It's easier to obtain, as you just have to go online, place an order, and you get it within 4 to 6 weeks. And then lastly, new electric cars in Canada have a maximum of $55,000 plus tax Canadian as a tax write-off if you own a business.
You get the latest version of Autopilot, which is version 3, as opposed to used Model S, which will come with version 1, 2, or 2.5. It comes with a faster MCU, which is a display in front of you. It comes with full 4 years or 80,000 kilometers warranty, whereas the used Model S will come with the balance of original warranty.
If you buy it directly from Tesla, they throw on another year and 20,000 kilometers.
Can you buy extended warranty?
In Canada, you can't, but in the US, there's a company that offers extended warranties on Tesla.
And obviously, because it's a brand new car, it will have a better range compared to 2016 75D.
Okay, now let's talk about the cons of a Model 3 versus a Model S. It has less cargo space, it's generally slower, it has a single landscape screen, it has a few high-end features, feels less luxurious overall, and it has slightly less wow factor and presence.
All right, before we go any further, I want to talk about the raffle. To enter the raffle, all you have to do is just leave us a comment down below. Just let us know whether you found this video helpful or not. 2 weeks from today, we will be drawing 2 names, and we will announce the winners in our upcoming video. So make sure to hit the notification bell so you do not miss that video, because you might be the winner.
Okay, let's switch now to the pros of a new Model S. If you're going to choose a performance Model S, it is faster than a performance Model 3. It goes 0 to 60 in about 2.4 seconds versus 3.2 for a Model 3. It has a much bigger trunk capacity. It has traditional controls where it has the maps navigation directly in front of the driver. It's much more comfortable with this adaptive air suspension, so on a smooth road, the suspension stiffens and the car handles better. And then when the roads are rough, the suspension softens and the car becomes really comfortable. Think about it like a Grand Tourer, like a Mercedes-Benz S-Class or a BMW 7 Series.
Has a better sound insulation, which means less road and wind noise, but that might make you feel like it's not going as fast because there's not enough noise in there. Alcantara headliner feels much more upscale than the material used in Model 3. And obviously it has a greater range of 647 kilometers compared to 568 kilometers in Model 3. And if you live in a colder climate, you would really appreciate their winter package that Model S comes with. It includes heated seats, steering wheel, windshield washer nozzles, and rear view mirrors. Aluminum body and panels are much less prone to rusting, especially in countries where there's a lot of salt dumped on the roads during the winter time.
And then even in coastal areas where the ocean
There's a lot
is
of
near
moisture,
you,
yeah.
there's a lot of moisture in the air that can cause rusting, so you won't have that problem with Model S. Now to the pros of a used Model S. A sunroof that actually opens up until 2018 versus after that in 2019, it has a solid piece of glass just like the Model 3. It has free premium connectivity up until 2018. And then free supercharging up until the end of 2016. But be careful, if you buy the car from Tesla directly, that you may not get that option even, because Tesla has been known to take that away. Significantly discounted performance models, for example the used P100Ds, are about $30,000 or more less than new. Up until 2018, the interior was made of leather, and if you're a very eco-conscious person, you may not feel that is an actual pro. Larger capacity, of course, you can tow, and autopilot is often included.
So here are the cons of used Model S. Sometimes it can take forever to get your vehicle, especially if you order it through Tesla directly. And always remember that just like any other used car, you might end up with some scratches and dings and cosmetic imperfections. You might not be able to inspect your vehicle before ordering it. Also, you may have to pay for shipping if the vehicle you order is coming from another state or province. If you see a great deal on Tesla's website, it may not last for too long, so you have to act very quickly.
That happened to us last year when we were trying to get this car, and we saw one, and it was a really good price. It had all the options we wanted, and we saw it late at night. I think it got listed around 11 p.m. And then we talked about it briefly, and then we said, you know what, let's just sleep on it because it's an expensive car. And the next morning I logged on at 6 a.m.
It was gone.
And it was gone. A local dealer right near us bought it.
The last one is older technology, such as autopilot hardware, drive motors, and MCU.
So in closing, the S is more roomier, it is quieter, it rides smoother, and it feels a lot more luxurious. The Model 3 feels lighter, it is sportier, and has much better visibility. Which one would you buy?
I'll definitely go with Model 3. I love the interior of it. With the exception of hardwood look on the dash, I'll probably get that modified later on. I'll definitely make some modification to the exterior, changing the front bumper, painting the calipers to red or yellow depending on the color of the car, and I will change the wheels.
I've seen some people putting a carbon fiber overlay.
Yeah, that would be much better.
If you live in the Greater Toronto area and you have a newer car or a very interesting car that you would like us to review, please let us know in the comments. There's also a link in the description below that has the list of pros and cons in case you're interested in having a written document. Thank you and see you in the next video.